Giving me bad boy Zac Efron vibes. Me and Percy are going to be
bound as one.
this tight. We're going to be inseparable in the next couple days.
Just the two of us.
So the book I'm going to be reading is the Percy Jackson series, and it is Epic Heroes, Legendary Adventures. I am ready for this legendary adventures. Since I'm in lockdown, my legendary adventures amount to going to the toilet 5 times. Like, that is an adventure in itself. So this is a middle grade book, the Percy Jackson series. If you've never watched the movies or read the books, you're really falling behind. I want to have a little discussion on the cover. I really like the blue that's going on. It's giving me sky vibes, you know. We gotta love the sky. And we have a little skull. This is reminding me of the Roman times, like the Colosseum where people fight to the death. And he's holding a spear that has electronical wave currents through it. So you never know. During this vlog, I might just attain myself a spear with electronical currents. Let me tell you, Rick Riordan has wrote a shit ton of books. He's wrote all these books on that page. Also, this is going to be spoiler filled. Disregard the part where I kind of look like a mental patient who just ran out of an asylum. It is 21 hours right now. So obviously I've read nothing. I've read the first paragraph. But it's so funny. I'm reenacting how I envision him to do it. He's like, look, I did not want to be a half-blood. The life chose me. He's like, if you think you are one, just no, just don't think you are, because it's a terrible life. I'm gonna read now for a bit and I'll get back to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in business. I'm 40 pages deep. So far, Percy thinks he's going crazy. You know, one of his teachers just suddenly turns into a flying bat machine trying to kill him, and he is confused. So right now he and his mom have gone to like a cabin site, couple day adventure time. I think this is so funny, but she's told him that his dad wanted him to go to a summer camp. And I think it's just so funny that his father's never been in his life, like nothing, and then it's just like, yeah, you need to go to summer camp though. I said this on my Instagram, but I was saying that Percy is giving me like, if he was like 40 years old or older, he's giving me DILF vibes. But I retract that statement. It's giving me bad boy Zac Efron vibes. Okay, so example of his bad boyness. He got expelled for pointing a cannon at a school bus and it was not loaded. But he got expelled for it. Bad boy. I really like Percy. I like how he's so honest. And I love the title of the chapters. This chapter is called 3 Old Ladies Knit the Socks of Death. Then the next chapter is called Grover Unexpectedly Loses His Trousers. They just came flying off. I'm going to do a bit more reading and then I'll update you if something drastic happens. If Percy loses his trousers, I'll tell you about it. Because I mean, if Grover lost them... So Grover has just shown up frantically at the cabin door, and Percy's mom is like, did you fucking invite him or something? What's going on? And Grover's like, I've been searching all night for you. The mother's definitely like, you've got a stalker, Percy, you've literally got a stalker. We've got to the part where Grover is not wearing his trousers. I'm pretty sure Grover is either half horse or half like donkey. He has furry legs down there anyways. Okay, I'm on now chapter 4. My mother teaches me bullfighting. I don't want to know how to cook. I want to know how to bullfight. I will get back to you in a bit. It's literally a couple minutes later. But Jesus Christ, they keep on saying funny stuff and I keep on wanting to tell you what the funny stuff are. And Percy asks Grover, what are you exactly? Grover then says, that doesn't matter right now. And then Percy says, it doesn't matter. From the waist down, my best friend is a donkey. I'm actually a goat, pardon you, I'm a goat. And then the next page after that, Percy asks, who's after me? And then Grover's like, oh, just the Lord of Dead and a few of his bloodthirstiest minions. Honestly, no big deal though. I'm really going to leave this time. I'm going to go for a while. Hello, how's it going? I'm on page 108. Quite a bit of stuff has happened right now. Percy got into a fight with a half bull, half boy, half human, half man. So he got in a fight with that thing. Then his mom evaporated into goddamn mist, which I don't understand. Like, did she go to the underworld? Like, what happened with her body? She just disappeared. That's not how you die. And then when he was attacking the half bull, half man thing. Grover was unconscious on the floor just saying food. He just kept on saying food. There's Percy taking off your man's horn, and then Grover on the floor, food. At least he got his priorities right. I'm happy for him. Percy killed that monster thing. He's bringing the horn around like it's his prized possession. Like he's sleeping with the horn. He almost went to the toilet with the horn where, oh my god, Clarissa, she's a level A type bully. I'm so proud of Percy for using his powers and getting the toilet shits, the peas from the toilet and shoved it into her goddamn face. I was so proud of him. So I think I've come to realize that I don't think I'm really into Greek mythology reading about it. Like I say, I think it's an interesting thing like from far away, but I don't know if I like reading about it because I didn't like the Song of Achilles. This obviously has a lot of Greek mythology in it, and I don't know. Oh, do you know when Percy was like shoving the shits and the peas liquid into Clarissa's face, and her friend, I think it was in her friends' faces too. He said, I had become one with the plumbing. He's so funny. I actually really like Percy. Right now I'm on chapter 8, which is we capture a flag, which I think is a really iconic scene in the movie. Unless I'm talking complete like shite. For me it was an iconic scene, but so the capture the flag is about to happen right now. And I figured out, I think his dad is Poseidon, because that is the like god of the water. Percy obviously can manipulate water, but then obviously Annabeth saw him do his whole water trick on Clarissa, so either she hasn't put 2 and 2 together or she's keeping it on the sly. You never know. But it's interesting though, because if he's the son of Poseidon, he's gonna die from every known thing, because the 3 most powerful ones made like an oath to each other, being like, yeah, if you do the Humpty Dumpty, if you do like the Fruity Tooty with any mortal women, you know, your child's gonna be in grave danger, because their children ended up being so goddamn powerful. Percy's not looking too good on the safety side of things. I love how Percy just went up beside Annabeth while they were going into war, and he's like, hey, got any magic items you can loan me? That's funny. Glad you wanted me on your team. I'm border patrol. I feel like that's one of the worst jobs to have.
Help me!
We're back at it again with the A1 bullying. I find it so hard to read about bullying because it just pisses me off. Clarissa's back again. They're not even capturing the flag. They're just trying to give Percy a haircut, which in normal circumstances, very sound. But in this circumstance is not the best. Capture flags the game, but it's really capture the hair. What? They made a grave mistake here now. They pushed him into water. And we know, Percy in water, you do not play around with that. He's gonna turn into a water machine. He's called the people ugly number 2 and ugly number 3. Percy, he finally has his time to shine. Now everyone knows that his father is Poseidon, Earthshaker, Stormbringer, father of horses. I don't understand that one. Father of horses? Like, does he breed horses for a living? I don't know. Hail Percy Jackson, son of the sea god. And guess who had to bow to him? Goddamn Clarissa. Fuck you, Clarissa. I'm absolutely gassed right now for my Percy Jackson. Father of horses. He might take the tradition on of breeding horses like his father. Chapter 9. I am offered a quest. 127 we are on, boys and girls. People are going to die extremely soon. So I'm on page 176 of The Lightning Thief. So right now we're in a dilemma. They're on the quest, the almighty quest right now. Percy, Annabeth and Grover. And right now they have gone into this food diner kidnapping house. Annabeth and Percy were like, I smell hamburgers, I'm going straight there. So they've gone into this house. And I remember this from the movie. It's a lady with the flying hair, where if you look in her eyes you turn into a statue. So they're in that woman's house right now, and they're literally looking at the statues that she killed. And they're like, wow, such an interesting piece you have done. She's like, yes, I handcrafted it myself. I'm like, you sure did. So they're going to Hades because they need to retrieve the bolt that will reconnect the gods back together, because they're in chaos right now. And Percy, you know, the chosen one Percy, gotta retrieve it. I have a feeling that the person that betrayed them was Luke. I'm putting in my bets Luke's the bad guy. Good old Sharon was like, my main man Percy, you need to go to the Oracle to make sure that you are okay to go on this quest. So he went to the Oracle and good old Smelly Gabe showed up. No idea why he did. Percy has an ulterior motive. He wants to save his mom instead of actually getting this lightning bolt, because he's like, okay, Dad, you don't even say hi to me for 12 years, but then you're trying to use me. Not today. I'm saving my madre. I don't know where they're actually going, but they got on a bus to go somewhere, and the goddamn Mrs. Dodds, she just hopped on the bus, you know. She's a crazy bat machine milady that Percy killed. Obviously not killed, because she's back again with the other ladies. Like, they got in a fight. Annabeth, when in doubt, go for a piggyback ride. So now we're obviously in this lady's house. Shit's gonna go down. You know, good old Fred here, I don't think he's ready for the stuff that is going to go down. I'm gonna hide him. I love how she's called Auntie M. That's such like a nice, you know, comforting, like, Auntie M. This woman will literally make you a statue. So she's not comforting. I've made quite a bit of progress. I'm on page 300 now, so I only have like 70 pages left, which is exciting. I'm on chapter 19 now. We found out the truth, sort of. I think I'll update you on what I've read. Percy chopped off Medusa, I found out her name, Medusa's head, and he shipped it to the gods. What other things would you ship to the gods besides someone's head? Seems pretty reasonable to me. Something I really like in this book is that, even though I know it's middle grade, so I wouldn't really focus on romance, but I'm happy that it's now focusing on romance, because I swear to God, I was getting so sick and tired of reading young adult books which have romance in every single book. Why can't they just be friends, you know? I do know that Annabeth and Percy get together. So then they get on this like train, I think, and then they get off because Annabeth saw this thing. She's really into architecture. She's like, I need to look at that thing that goes up. Percy gets into a little bit of trouble with a lady and her dog, which turned out to be a snake and a goddamn chimera. A fire-breathing chimera. Obviously, Percy did not want to die by that fire-breathing chimera, so he goddamn jumped off the goddamn ledge into the water. His father was looking down. He's like, I'm gonna save Percy. What did he do? He saved Percy. Percy did not die. I think they're obsessed with cheeseburgers. In chapter 15, a god buys us cheeseburgers. When we already know Medusa gave them cheeseburgers, I think they're obsessed. They need a new diet. They go into this cheeseburger joint. Ares, oh my god, Clarissa's dad pops himself in. This guy, Ares, spawned the demon child herself, Clarissa. He was giving them an ultimatum, like, either you go fetch my shield or I die. And of course they went with option A. They want to live. They went and got the shield. And it was like in this love of machine thing. You know, of course, Percy and Annabeth went in there. Grover was holding the base. Shit went hightails up. So many goddamn spiders came flying in. Annabeth was paralyzed. Who knew? She was afraid of spiders. Percy was doing his thing. His brain was churning in the right direction. He knew what to do. They survived with the shield. Ares was like, okay, fair use to you. It's so funny because when they get in this like truck thing, it's for zoo animals. Grover is getting so pissed off because he's like, these animals deserve better. So then they get off the truck van thing and they're in Las Vegas now, I think, and they go into the hotel kind of fun park kind of thing. We're having the best time of their lives. They had a nice bed, there was water park, there was games. They stayed in there 5 days. Everyone in the place thought they were in a different year because these people have been in there for years. And good old Percy, brains churning again. They wasted 5 days, so now they only have 1 day to collect the bolt, or else doom will collapse on everyone. Right now they are in the underworld. They got past that massive ass 3-headed dog. Who knew Annabeth had the secret touch with 3-headed dogs? So they are now in front of Hades, and he doesn't look the slightest bit menacing at all. He seems like a really nice, calm, kind guy, honestly. Right now I'm thinking Luke's the traitor, and the shoes he gave Percy that Grover wore, Grover got sent into this tunnel of darkness, which would have been really bad. So I'm thinking Luke like functioned it so it would do that. It is several hours later and I have not read anything, but that is why I'm sitting down on my bed so I can finish Percy Jackson, the first book. I'm on page 310. I think I have like 60 pages left, so I'm gonna finish it now. Okay, but their reasoning for wanting the bolt is the best reasoning ever. Percy literally just told Hades, look sir, There can't be a war among the gods. It would be bad. I'm convinced. I'm convinced. I'd give him the bolt right then and there. Hades is literally on the brink of killing Percy right then and there. And then, Hades asks a rhetorical question. Do you think I want war? And then Percy to himself says, well, these guys don't look like peace activists. I swear Percy is like so witty. I don't know why Annabeth is acting really sketchy though. Like, did she take the lightning bolt too, along with Luke? Is it like a Romeo and Juliet thing that's going on here? Luke and Annabeth stole the bolt, and then they're going to poison each other so no one knows where the bolt is, so they'll be dead. Seems like a very far-fetched theory. I've literally just changed locations so you can see me better. But right now, Hades is giving Percy kind of like an ultimatum. They're all trying to save each other. Percy's like, I'll stay behind. Grover comes in, no, I'll stay behind. I will reincarnate as a flower. Annabeth comes in, no, I'll stay behind. I plan to go down fighting. If that was me, I would be already out the door. I'd be peacing out. I'd be like, it was nice knowing you. I'm 99.9% sure it's Luke. Slight confused at who the villain is now. I'm thinking maybe Clarissa. At this point, it's goddamn Clarissa. So they have hauled their ass out of Hades. They have hauled their ass out of the underworld. And I'm on chapter 20 now. I battle my jerk relative and I'm confused as to who the relative is. Like, is it Luke? And he said, like the page before, that a god tricked him. Like, which gods did he encounter? He encountered a lot. Was it Ares? Mr. D? It might have been Mr. D, you know. It's Clarissa. It is Ares and Luke. I totally forgot that he gave Percy the bag. So Ares obviously wants a big fight to happen. And it's Luke. Luke is the guy who's giving Ares all the information. And Clarissa is the worst of them all. I'm not going to tell you what she did, but she's the worst of them all. Goddamn Clarissa. So now I think Ares is going to try and kill Percy. We'll see how that goes. Okay, it's not Ares. Well, it is, but someone is like manipulating him, so it's not Ares. But I'm 100% sure it's Luke. God. At one page, I'm like, yes, I for sure know who it is. Next page, I don't have a clue anymore. I just think I found the best pickup line, and this is literally when Ares. I think I keep on saying his name wrong. Ares. I'm gonna say Ares. No, I'm going to say Ares. When Ares and Percy are going to fight, Ares asked him, how would you like to get smashed, classic or modern?
So I'm sitting there.
Isn't that the best pickup line you've ever heard? God, I'm writing that down. Percy just killed Ares. He just outright killed him. And, of course, who came after Percy killing him was Mrs. Dodds, but this time not to kill Percy, thankfully, to tell Percy, live well, Percy Jackson, become a true hero. This is the Mrs. Dodds I knew well. Before Ares died, it seemed like he put like a curse on Percy, so I don't know how that's going to play out. I swear to God, who's doing this now? It's not Ares. It's someone else. I don't know who it is though. So Percy is now going to Olympus to give the bolt back to Zeus. And what is he going to do? He's going to meet his papa. So I'm on chapter 21. I settle my tab. I'm still confused as to who the bad guy is. Like, we have the missing piece. It is their father who is the problem. Finally. Kronos, the king of the Titans. He was the guy who was influencing Ares. So we have a villain, even though we've like 20 pages left, but we have a villain. Percy's having a lovely little discussion, chat with his father. Zeus was like, mate, if I ever see you again, I'm going to kill you on the spot, but I'm leaving you live now. Gotta love him. It's so awkward between them, between Poseidon and Percy. This conversation with his father just got 10 times more awkward. Poseidon literally just told him, I'm sorry you were born, child. It was an unforgivable mistake on my part. And then Percy's like, I'll leave you then. He bowed. I won't bother you again. Oh, that's so mad. That's so awkward though. Like, what you say to that when your parent is like, I'm so sorry I made you. Like, you're like, sound. Thanks for that advice. I'll put that in my CV. I knew it. I knew it. 10 pages away from finishing, and Luke, he finally has admitted, or he hasn't admitted, but he has put a scorpion hole around Percy's feet. Luke is severely banjaxed in the head. He wants to kill the whole Western civilization. Luke, why does he have to serve the Titan? Kronos, why? There's no reason to. There's no need, there's no reason. He is so brainwashed, it's crazy. I just finished the book, and Luke himself, the scumbag himself, Luke, he didn't die. I just want him to die, because the next book he'll be in it. Percy is thankfully alive, even though he got bit by a scorpion. I don't know what to rate this book, because if my younger self read this, I would have absolutely loved it, 5 stars, but reading it now, it's obviously not 5 stars. I'd say it'd be a solid 3. Should I rate it like my younger self would, or myself right now? I really like Percy's character. I thought he was funny. The plot was cool. Anyways, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed.